Andersen.
Alright guys, inside of this box is probably one of the coolest aftermarket parts I've ever gotten for any of the cars, and a huge thank you to Stan, a new friend and new subscriber to the channel, that basically sold them to me for like a fourth of what they would cost brand new. And they're a special part for the 190E. So I've been saving, showing these on camera so that I could include you guys in my real reaction. And Mike's here too because I was excited to show him. So we're gonna bust into the bicycle box that he shipped everything in and see what we got. All right, I'm gonna set you guys up for the bird's eye view. And we'll just kind of lay things out, see what we get. All right, and also A+ job on the packing job, Stan. He was sending me Vickers before, so he did not skimp on the materials. Okay, piece to the puzzle number one is in these. I'll show you guys shortly. Take your guesses what we got. Got stickers. Hardware, nice. Okay, there's your first clue. You can see. Try to guess what they are. You know what those are? Oh, I got a blanket. Two in one. What a box. The UPS guy said to me, did you get a new bike? I said no. Something cooler. Before we open things up, place your last guesses. You can see some sneak peeks over here. Do a little time lapse and I'll show you guys what we got. All right, you guys, well, here's everything. Carbon fiber, door cards, front and rear. This is like a dream item I did not think I would be able to come across for this car. And then to go with it, we also got carbon fiber mirrors with the correct mounts that will bolt right in, so I don't have to make my mounts like I did on the C55. Beautiful mirrors. And now we got our pull tabs. Also included some stickers. One for the guy who actually makes these, which is, I believe it was Stev Designs. And then this is Stan's eBay page. And the story about how I found these is actually he had listed these mirrors on eBay, and I thought he was selling them as like, you know, a continuous product, not as like a one-off thing. So I messaged him and said, hey, I have a YouTube channel, I'm, you know, building this 190. I'd love to, you know, showcase these and try to bring you some you know, people, market. But he messaged me back and said, no, they're actually a one-off. That's off of the Cosworth I just bought. So he's just selling them, and I said, well, I'd still like them, and then basically came up with a deal to trade some merch for him. And then he also told me he has these door cards that he was going to put up for sale, and I told him, okay, how about those? So he agreed to send both of them out, gave me a steal of a deal. We paid $500 for all four of these door cards, and they're normally like $2,000 if you get them new. So only thing we'll do is we'll patch up this back. The rears on his car were roll up, so there were holes that were drilled for those, so that's easy. We'll just put a little patch plug, and then the fronts are already good to go. So we'll figure out what we're gonna do with all of our pull tabs. We'll definitely mount our stickers on the windows to represent just the awesome help we got from Stan. And there's his eBay page, so please go support him. He's got like 8,300 reviews and 5 stars, so he's definitely selling good stuff and knowledgeable about a plethora of German cars. He's got some really cool stuff, E30 M3, the Cosworth, among others. So definitely a fellow enthusiast in the community. So much love, Stan. Thank you for that and this whole process and making a deal with me, supporting the channel and becoming a new car friend. So what do you think?
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
Puts you in the Camaro.
Yeah. If you make some for the Camaro, Stev Designs, let us know. 68 Camaro. So if you guys haven't seen just kind of the progress on this, pretty much all the interior besides the door cards has been tackled. We did the carpets, the center console, everything's not situated, but Sparco seats, everything's ready to go. And the last real piece that was kind of an eyesore is the door cards. We have the factory gray ones. They're not in terrible shape, but they're not great, and they're missing some pieces here and there. And it was just, these were kind of like the dream spec that I wanted to eventually have on this car. I didn't have any plans of acquiring them anytime soon, but it's what I wanted, and somehow universe aligned, and they were manifested to my garage somehow. So it's gonna make a drastic change, and I think after this, the interior is really gonna be a complete different car from the time where we started with our old crusty gray interior. So we'll pause it here, and I'll catch you guys back later once we're ready to throw these things on. But man, what a cool part. All right, you guys, a few days later, and apologies, but could you blame me? I had to get started. The GoPro wasn't charged. I was too excited. These things, oh my God, you guys. Oh, this is so dope. Okay, so don't worry. I'm gonna show you the process on the other side, but I've got one basically sitting into place. We just didn't put back our door handle. Things that were needed, I got rid of the basically speaker box. I'm gonna keep those. They're decent speakers, and C36 needs some actually, so I'm gonna hang on to it. There were little studs that were hanging off. Again, I'm gonna show you guys the process on the other side, but I just used a little hand blade hacksaw, chop those little studs off so we can clear down here. And then besides that, put the little trim piece back. I'll put our door handle and our pull tab over there, and then we should be good. And I also mocked up the mirror. It's not really mounted, but this is like a whole new style, guys, just in a few pieces. But just look at, like, I know I don't have that set in place, but just look at now the cabin, the Sparcos, the black interior, and then moving on to this. This is literally my dream spec for an interior on a 190E. This is all I could have ever asked for, and I can't believe that I actually have these pieces here and partially assembled with the Sparcos, with the black interior. It's just like, yeah, this crusty old thing that I absolutely love, but it was a crusty old thing when I got it, is turning into something beautiful, starting from the inside out. You know, good people are always beautiful on the inside and out. So a good car is kind of going under the same process right now. It's very beautiful inside. It's still beautiful outside because it's a 190. It's a beautiful design, but we still got a lot of work to go on the outside, a lot of dreams and imaginations for the outside. But to have this right now is just like, oh, this is so cool, guys. I was just thinking of what I wanted to do to kind of further secure these things, and actually feeling around, like the edges are super solid. Like they don't need any type of, you know, adhesive or anything like that. But there are a few spots like this corner and then in the middle down here that have a little bit of play. And I think my plan for that is I want to pick up like some thin magnets, like basically strip magnets, and just adhere them onto the backside with either like a really thin 3M tape, which I have, or just like a little dab of epoxy or something. And that way I'll just keep it from rattling in the door. When you shut them right now, turn this light off, move it out of the way. If I shut it right now, you guys can hear that little brrr. So easily, if we put some down there, even if I just put like a foam seal or something down there, it would stop that from doing it. But we'll just put something there to fully anchor it. I could use like, you know, butyl tape or 3M adhesive right there, tape, but I don't want to make it so that you know, it's like sticky trying to get them off for whatever reason. So I'd much rather have something that's easy to pull on and off, like a magnet or like a Velcro strip on both sides or something that's just easier to remove in case I want to. So all right guys, pause, Kurt, respect. We got this mounted up with these handles. Again, they just basically push into place, just find the right spot, and they go in pretty easy. A little bit of a firm click and then pull them back this way, and that's what locks them in place. And then I just reused the factory 10mm bolt right there. This is the one that had the eyelet that's kind of ripped off, so there's just a washer with it. That's fine. And then yeah, I don't have the supplies right now to do what I want to do for the bottom edge, so we will leave that out for this video. To be honest, no big deal, but that's essentially how they're mounted and what they look like. So now let's head over to the other side. We'll do the driver door, and then I'll probably come back over to this side, do the passenger rear door, and then we'll finish them up and see what they look like. Stan did include these other style lock pins, but these are the ones that I already had on it. So I'll see what I decide, I guess, afterwards, which ones kind of look better. I kind of like this style better, but I like how these ones sit up a little bit higher so that even when it's locked, you can kind of see what's going on. Oh, go back up. Okay, don't want to do that too many times with the vacuum seals, but that is what these ones look like. And yeah, these ones sit a little bit lower, so we'll see once all of them are in. But moving on. All right guys, and to cover steps over on this side again, you got a screw right there, screw right there. Door handle will basically pop off, pry that little plastic piece off. There's the bolt behind that. You're gonna get these seat controls off here in the front first, then this piece will slide forward after you've removed that part. And then besides that, it's basically just held in place. I think, I don't know if it's clips or what exactly on the bottom. Nothing really, it's just kind of floating. So yeah, this one is, oh, there's another screw over here. I don't even know if that one's factory or someone just put that there. But after you get those screws out, you basically just lift it up, and the frame of it is catching mostly on the top of the window guide right here. So I'm gonna time lapse you guys because I'm jamming out to music and I want to be able to listen to it and work. So yeah, hopefully the view will suffice for explaining and showing what I'm doing. Alright guys, one more screw right there. I forgot about, get the little buttons off of the controls for the seat, take this little front panel off, and then get that screw out. Alright guys, so at some point in this car's life, these door plastics have been off way too many times, so I need to buy like fresh sheets of this. I'm not even going to reuse this. I didn't do it on the other side either because they're just so torn up and been abused. So we are getting rid of this first off. We're not going to be running the door speakers. These are decent little Pioneer speakers, so I'm going to keep them around. But this box has 1, 2, 3, 4 8mm nuts on it that are holding it, and then we'll remove this, and then we have to cut those studs off. So that's why I got my little hand hacksaw. And then yeah, besides that, that's pretty much it. The plugs you don't need to worry about; those are out of the way. I'm gonna get this mirror off at the same time, so I'll show you guys that. But let's take care of this first. Cut those little studs off, get the plastic out of the way, and get prepared to mock up our door card. Alright guys, so there is the box removed, the studs left over like I said. We're just basically going to trim them off. So it's going to be me and some manpower for a little bit, get them out of the way, clean up any of this type of stuff, little spider webs, and I'll vacuum down here, probably old collections of who knows what, years of, you just never know, man. Never know what you find from all the years of different people working on the car and being in and out of spots like this. So yeah, while we got this off, I'm gonna go ahead, let's remove our little cover here. I'm gonna do this with 2 hands, so I'm gentle, and we'll do our studs too, which I think you guys know what that will look like. It's gonna look like me struggling and cutting off studs with a little hand hacksaw. So yeah, check back in a second. All right guys, and when removing the little handle for this, don't do like I did and accidentally break it. There's a little piece that just went flying into the car when I popped it out, but there's a little piece that pops out, and then I'm guessing you can kind of separate this off here, but I don't know, everything was so brittle it didn't really take much. I moved it around and trying to figure out how to wiggle it off, and it snapped. So oh well. Moving forward, there's 3 Phillips head screws. That's how the mirrors come off. All right, you guys, plastic removed and studs all cut down. Pretty much all of them try to get flush. This one can't really, so you just get it flush with these 2 other surrounding areas. And now we're pretty much ready to mount our door cards. So top just hinges into here. Like I said, guys, a little window rail. I don't know what the little marking is there. It's kind of cool though. But yeah, besides that, sits in there. And then on the back side of the doors, show you guys, there are these little basically hang tabs that are bonded onto these, and they actually work really well. They fit perfectly into little grooves over there, and that's what kind of lets the door sit firmly, along with the upper edge sitting in the window guide. So other things in the garage for future times, just picked up another gearbox, 716.669 for some upcoming projects, and I think I'm going to pick another one up actually soon. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that needs to be put back together. But yeah, got 5 manual transmissions sitting around and 2 automatics, 1 5-speed, 1 7-speed. Fun. All right guys, let's go ahead and place our card. I am using the included lock pins right now because this makes it easier to guide that through the little opening over here. So let's set that into place. Okay, and then basically just start moving this in. And of course this door doesn't have a hinge on it, so, or you know, like the hinge that holds the door open. So I got the wheel over here holding it for me. But essentially, I'm just going to lay this into place. And while doing that, you're trying to get those tabs to kind of guide themselves into. So this might take a little bit of playing around on my behalf. I gotta look where they're at again. Okay, we're in. Okay, and you can tell pretty much right away when you get them in because door card stops moving a bunch. And yeah, it's pretty amazing. Like for just those two little spots and how they're positioned, it just works out really well. So a little bit of space on this one, I feel like, compared to that side maybe. Let me check if I got this all the way down. I don't think I have this all the way down. All right, let me play with this, hold on. All right guys, now it's situated. Had to play with this side a little bit more. I was kind of sitting in the wrong groove. So now it's nice and flush on the bottom and everything else lined up good. So put our little bracket back in, redo our door handle, and you guys let me know. That's the other lock pin. Which one do you guys like better? And that's pretty much, yeah, see, they don't stick up much. So I feel like once they're locked, it'll be like basically sitting flush with this, which I kind of like them to be a little more visible, but it does look better. I like the design better. It's a cleaner look, but yeah, let's keep going. Being a little finicky. All right, it's being a little finicky, but got it now. And now we'll need our door tab. Also, I didn't know this was a piece that was supposed to be here on the other side. So if I can get that to work or lock in place, that would be cool. Seems like they kind of break though, but it would definitely clean up the little hole. So I don't think these have a part number, but if I can find something like this, or just, I don't know, come up with something of my own, would be a nice little cover for the pull tab. But for now, let's just get our pull tabs on. All right guys, there's pull tab mounted. That's with the plastic piece. It's much cleaner look, but like I said, I'll have to find two good ones because this one doesn't want to stay in place. And I don't have one for the other side, but that's what I will plan on finding in the future. Like other bunch of little tidbits for this car that we'll need. But yeah, there's door card. Let me go ahead and show you how the mirrors mount, and then we'll move on to the back passenger side. Okay guys, the mirror, just like so. And I basically just mount it up. See if this side lines up. My other side needed a little bit of notching to get it to go through, and it looks like this one probably does too. Maybe just a hair on this upper hole. So we'll start there. If we need to adjust the others, we can. When they're kind of cementing these little studs in this composite, I mean, I'm sure it's hard to keep them from moving into different spots. So they're just slightly off, and that's what causes a little deviation there. So no big deal. I'll just slot out the top hole a little bit with the drill and then slide this in. All right guys, one little notch, just like a hair to be honest, on the top one. And then we are sitting flush, so just gotta tighten up our bolts and we're good to go. Just gotta tighten up our nuts and good to go. All right guys, officially done on this side. Mirror mounted up. I'll have to actually sit in the car and see where I want these things to be positioned, but super dope. And I forgot to clean this side, so we'll be doing that. But yeah, this whole car needs a bath again and an actual polish and scrub and all that type of stuff. So I'm not too worried about this. This is mostly just mocking things up for the video, make sure we're kind of for the most part situated. And then after this, behind the scenes magic will be me removing these, putting the plastic sheets once I get material to do that, and doing the little magnets like I said, or whatever I come up with. So yeah, but as far as this goes, very, very happy. So beautiful. Love the pull tabs. Awesome. So, got a working latch. That's all good. Good to go. Let's move on. Back passenger side coming up next. All right, you guys. Passenger side rear door looks fairly straightforward looking at it. Got one screw over here. I can feel the little slide tab on the back. There's no screws on the bottom. Matter of fact, this thing is ready to go. There might be some clips, but don't feel like they're detached on mine. This, I'm guessing, is going to pop off in some direction. Let me play around with that so I don't break it. And then we gotta get our plug off and our 10mm bolt out, and then repeat kind of the same similar steps. So let me kind of figure this out and I'll show you guys. Okay guys, here is the inside of the door. Those are pretty much just held in by a couple plastic clips. Just again, push up, come off. Door handle is exactly the same as I showed you guys on the other one. And this one, obviously we got our window button in the back here. So I'm curious, I mean, I can just, you know, bypass the window button if I want, or I could also cut that, you know, the holes that are already there for the roll-up windows. I could cut them out, but honestly, I don't think I want to even mess with cutting this anymore. So I'm just gonna find a little piece of carbon fiber, a circle. I have carbon fiber laying around, so maybe cut a piece out at work on one of the machines cleanly, and just basically adhere it on there to patch those little holes. I don't think it's worth having the rear window buttons down. I mean, if Maze is riding back here or something, I'll just roll them down for him from the front. So yeah, I don't think we'll do anything with those, but I have them in case I do decide to do something. But yeah, this one, luckily, no speakers back here because they're in the rear tray. And that means for mounting our door card, just need to put it in place. So let's do so. All right, you guys, switching to the iPhone because the GoPro wants to keep dying and the night is getting late and I got to call this video quits. But that is the back passenger side. This one put up an absolute fight. And I think I'm gonna have to take it off to play around with the tabs because I was like, man, something's going on with this. It won't sit flush on the top and it just keeps having trouble like getting both the grooves lined up. All the other three were totally easy, and I tested that theory with the back one. I was like, man, what's going on? Am I doing something wrong? And this one fit like a glove, like almost as soon as I started trying it. So that one's all done. That's what it looks like in the back. And we basically just gotta figure out what's going on with our tabs on this one because it just doesn't want to fit for whatever reason. So that's all right. I'll figure it out, but you guys get the picture for the most part. I mean, man, just to sit. Let me do this real quick before I shut this video off. All right, you guys. Hooey. Our center console is not mounted. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm very stuck. But just looking over, like, oh yeah, gotta pull my door shut. What a view. This will be a better view soon, this area, but you know. Center console, I have it just mocked up because I gotta put other pieces in here, but. All right, guys, well, that said, I'm beat. It is like midnight and I got work in the morning, so we're gonna have to call it quits for now. I started late on this one tonight and got most of it done. We just gotta finish up that last little bit on the rear passenger one, but what a collection of pieces. This is by far probably one of the coolest, if not the coolest, like pieces I've ever added to any of my cars. Obviously, you know, manual swaps are cool, all that type of stuff, not discrediting, but these are just awesome. So huge shout out to you again, Stan. You guys go check out his eBay page. Got a ton of cool stuff. Also, I was trying to figure out what's the silhouette of this car. It almost looks like a E28-ish, but I'm probably wrong. Has a short backside, which is like almost like an old school Maserati. But I don't know. Tell me, Stan, what is the silhouette? But Jürgen 1602 and Stev Designs is the one who made these carbon fiber door panels. I don't know about the mirrors for sure. Let me know, Stan, if that was also him that made the mirrors. But sheesh, what a look. What a look. So happy with how this turned out. This car is a different thing on the inside now, like completely. From old drabby gray to nice Sparco's black interior, black rear seats, the carbon fiber door panels. It's not the same car anymore on the inside at all. So that said, again, Stan, thank you so much for the support. Thank you to all of you guys. I mean, you guys really are the driving force behind this channel. You guys provide me so much motivation and messages and all types of stuff, just well wishes, positive feedback on what we're doing here on the channel. And I couldn't do this without you guys. So really, really appreciate you. I mean, I could do it without you guys. It would just be going to nothingness, and, you know, it would be kind of boring to not have interaction and feedback with what we're doing here. So it's a lot more fun, I should say, posting videos that can actually get watched by other people and not just, you know, me keeping it for myself or something like that. So that said, I am gassed. I will catch you guys on the next one. Hope you guys have a good start to your weekend on your Friday, and I'll catch you guys hopefully on Monday. All right? Peace.